Hi everybody. I'm making this video today to help you with your literature searches. I've noticed in the discussion threads that some of you are having trouble figuring out the best ways to limit your searches to get the most relevant articles. So I'm going to walk you through some of the research methods that I've used to help me refine my search. So you'll see here I'm on my dashboard for ACE. This is where I start for most things. So what I'm going to do here is just go to the library icon and hit ACE Library. I always like to start here with the LibGuides. So I could go databases A to Z and select a specific database to search, but when I'm trying to get a general feel for a topic, I like to just use EBSCO as a whole. So say we'll use my dissertation topic as an example, which is on faculty perceptions of online teacher training. So essentially that topic is about how do we best prepare faculty for online teaching. So say I'll start kind of general and I'll search online training as my keywords. So first it's going to prompt me to sign in, which you'll want to do. And this is running the search, and you'll see that this is probably going to yield a large number of results. Let's see the exact number. Yeah, 3,566,000 and change. So I have no intention of actually reading through that many articles. Trying to sift through that many articles would be incredibly difficult. So some tricks that I have for narrowing this number down to something more manageable. First and foremost, I get rid of the expanders because I want to narrow my search here. I don't want to expand it. So we're going to remove the first expander and the second one as well. And you'll see just with removing that first expander how far we've already narrowed it. And then I'm going to X out the other expander. So now we're at 292,000 articles. That's a big improvement from 3,500,000 and change. But I can limit it even further. I always like to limit to full text. My rationale for that is if I can't find the full text, if I can't access the full text of an article, it's going to be incredibly hard to use for a concept paper, a weekly assignment, or a dissertation, because then you can't read everything to gain the full value. I also like to limit to peer-reviewed to maximize credibility. And then the other thing too is you can filter by format. This is a really powerful one because you'll see here we have academic journals, reports, reviews, magazines, dissertation and theses, and much more. So in general, I'll filter to academic journals only. And that's a really powerful limiter. You'll see that knocked us down by a couple 100,000. So the reason that I like to use peer-reviewed along with academic journals is because those are your most scholarly sources, are peer-reviewed academic journals. Now, if you're doing research for your concept paper, I would encourage you to try to stick to things that have only been published within the last 5 years. So you'll see we can also filter by publication date, and that's a really powerful tool as well. So I'm going to change this to 2014 to 2019, so I get things that are only within the last 5 years. So we'll let that filter down. Now I'm down to 28,000 articles. That's still a lot, but keep in mind we started at 3.5 million. So this is the power of limiters. Okay, limiters are your best friend when you're doing any type of literature search, because otherwise you're going to spend way too much time. Otherwise, you're going to spend way too much time sifting through things that aren't actually that relevant to your topic. So that's a very important thing. So the second part of what I want to show you here is how to use Boolean operators to help narrow things down. So whenever you're going to use a Boolean operator, I always put my terms in quotes. Putting your terms in quotes means that the words have to appear right next to each other in order to make it into your search. So that increases the likelihood that you're going to get more relevant articles, and that you'll get more relevant articles and you'll get fewer to sift through. Now, the other thing you can do is you can use and it needs to be in all caps, A-N-D. So if I want to make sure that certain phrases are found in the same article, that helps. So in this case, online training, I'm really looking for stuff that talks about how we're training faculty for the online environment. And there's a good chance that a lot of these resources in this 28,000 could be about general online training for certificate programs or for students. So I'm going to say and faculty to try to narrow down my search a little bit further. And now you'll see we're down to 809 articles. So that was a very powerful thing to do. So if we see here, okay. So I'm looking here. So here I have an article, Online Training of Teachers Using OER, Promises and Potential Strategies. This will likely be a helpful one for me because as we can see, this is online training for teachers, and OER stands for Open Education Resources. That's a big trend in higher ed right now. So this is definitely an article I want to check out. And here I have access to full text. I can get full text from Eric. And it's 5 years old. It's within all of my limiters that I've set over here. So this would have been harder to find if I had 3 million articles to sort through instead of 809. So I hope that this video has given you some ideas of how you can play around with your search, how you can use limiters. Keep in mind when you're choosing your terms, like I did up here, you're going to want to play around with these because these are keywords and they'll trigger different things in the databases. So you could change faculty to teachers. You could change it to professors. You could change online training to learning or online evaluation. There's a lot of things you can play around with, and you want to do that to get the most results possible. So again, I hope this gives you some guidance as you're working towards your concept papers. As always, please feel free to reach out to me with any questions. Best wishes to all of you.